eyeballs and shit. I'm like,
fuck that, dude.
I don't know if I can do it. I don't know if I could do it. I mean, if I had to, I guess I would try my best, but...
Well, speaking about hunting and stuff, there's... weirdly enough, there's a really high demand for guns right now. A lot of people are buying guns, and there's a shortage in ammo, too, which is fucking crazy. I mean...
Because they're protecting so people don't loot.
Right, I mean, but that's crazy, though. Like, do you think it's actually going to come down to, like, the fucking purge?
I don't know.
It'd
be more like the LA riots or something,
right?
Where, like, people are just, we have no money, we have no food, we have to go fucking break into this place to get food if you're not going to help us,
Yeah.
What's the difference between an epidemic and a pandemic? I never really know.
The pan. It's all about the pan.
Spelling. Thanks.
See, an epidemic, I think it's how would you say it? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. It's hard to say. Okay, there's epidemics versus pandemics. This is just a real broad couple bullet points. Epidemic, event in which a disease is actively spreading. But isn't that kind of the same thing with what's going on now?
Yeah.
This is for epidemic, but they call us a pandemic that we're in. And then the other point is often used to describe problem that has grown out of control. So I guess it's not out of control.
So I guess the main difference is when it's a pandemic, it's happening, like really fast into a lot of people, but in a certain area. And a pandemic is where it basically blows out of proportion.
Yeah, because when you go over to pandemic side, it says relates to geographic spread.
Yeah, there you go.
Describes disease that affects the whole country or the entire world.
See, I had the right idea. I just wasn't fucking sure. But yeah,
I never really quite knew. You always hear, it's an epidemic, and you always think that's a bigger thing,
right?
But I guess pandemic because it takes over like all over the world,
right?
I guess that's worse.
Yeah, it's crazy though. And like I said, I mean, like there's a lot of cities that are shutting down, and I mean there's been some companies that they're actually, understanding of the situation and letting you miss payments on certain things, and things like that. But I mean, like, what about rent and what about buying your groceries? I mean, if you're not working and if you don't have a big savings account, you're gonna run out of money.
Yeah.
And I mean, you're still gonna have to eat and and have your supplies for your main necessities. And I mean, if you don't have any money, what the hell are you gonna do? It's just crazy.
Well, I'm wondering if this bill's gonna pass to give U.S. citizens $1,000, but $1,000 doesn't go very far, man. It doesn't really go that far.
And I mean, the thing is that I read that too, but I honestly can't remember if it's gonna be like $1,000 a month, $1,000 biweekly.
They didn't get into it.
Because I mean, if you think about it too, $1,000 a month doesn't go far at all, especially when you have to pay bills and stuff like that.
I have to look up this one dude. Well, this guy that I follow on Facebook, I worked with him a while. He posted something about, what was it?
I was like, it looks like the Great Depression is coming on the 20s this century instead of the 30s. Jesus.
It wasn't. I thought Great Depression was there in the 20s.
It was on some. Well, since it was globally too, some people started feeling it on the like 1929, but it actually like hit hard here in the U.S. like in 1931. So it actually started like right in the 30s.
All right, so let's see, where is it? All right, this guy's name is Jeff. He said,
Jeff.
He doesn't listen to us. I don't think. He did a little math. So the current administration just created a $1.5 trillion loan out of thin air to essentially cover up stock market crash. That's what he stated. He said, correct me if I'm wrong. He said, well, if you take that dollar amount and divide it by the people, as in give it to literally every person in this country, including children, that equates to giving everyone roughly $4,587. Wow.
But see, the thing is, it would be way more than that because according to the bill, it would be to people that are 18 or older that are
right.
citizens.
Well, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like he's saying, like even if you were just to put children,
yes, children, yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Like
since he had like 4 children,
yeah. So since like in the bill, it's only for 18 18 years or older, I mean, there's gonna be a lot more money to play with. You know, if you take it that way, because I mean, if it's 4,000 counting every single person in the country, then you're definitely gonna have way more money for the adult people.
Yeah.
But I mean, like I said, I haven't seen the details or anything, which is gonna be interesting because I mean,
You gotta be careful.
yeah, because I mean, yeah, you have to help the people in need in this type of time, but you also have to have some sort of control because giving money away can also mess up the economy if it doesn't go back to the economy.
Well, like yeah, exactly, and that's why you gotta be really scared or careful because say they started giving like I don't know $1,000 a month for the next 4 months,
right?
That's a lot more than a lot of people make sometimes. I mean,
right,
lower class,
right,
that will prevent people from working, going back to work for a while.
right.
So when they do need the manpower and stuff like that, they're like, I've got a couple more months I can ride off of this.
Right.
And then they start fucking people losing jobs and
exactly, and it's gonna be a domino effect. So yeah, you got to be careful. And that's the thing. I mean, yes, I think it's a good idea, and yes, a lot of people are gonna need that money. But like I said, you have to be careful on how to handle that because it can backfire on the economy. It's already getting pretty bad, but if you're throwing money to the people, so it can go back to the economy at the end and boost that economy to make sure that it stays strong. You gotta be careful how you play that because the numbers have to not exactly match, but have to be on your side.
yeah,
Because it can be really bad.
we'll see how it turns out, man. This isn't typical for us to talk about this stuff, but this is like fucking hitting everybody's world. So
Yeah.
it's like, how can you not
See,
talk about it?
the most stupid thing I saw though is because of course since this issue is going on, they're talking about they're digging into politics also because the presidential elections are coming up in November. And the stupidest shit that I saw was, some people were saying that, Trump's going to get kudos if he does, gives away the money for the people and stuff like that. Because a lot of people might vote for him. But also I saw a comment of this Trump supporter that said, it's all the Democrats, it's the Democrats' fault for releasing this virus and trying to mess up Trump's election or whatever. And I'm like, really, dude? Like the fucking epidemic or pandemic didn't even start in the U.S. and you're saying that it was the Democrats that did it? I mean, I'm like, that's why you shouldn't vote, Grandpa. Like, it's not your election anymore. I mean, it's not your future that you're voting on, so you shouldn't even be voting. Yeah. That's just my thing. I mean, if you're 70 or older, I mean, you shouldn't be voting anymore. Because I mean, technically, you're not voting for your future. You're voting for somebody else's future.
Right.
But of course, that's my opinion. I mean, you can burn me for it. You can do whatever the fuck you want.
I'm not burning for it, honestly.
You. But that's just common sense to me. But oh well.
Yep. Fuck it, man. We're all gonna fucking die.
We're gonna die.
We're all going to hell in a handbasket.
So, like, share, and subscribe while we're still here.
Yeah. We're gonna be stuck in this hole for a while.
Show us some love.
Maybe send us some like Chinese food. That sounds good. I'm gonna have to get some Chinese food.
Sadly enough, there was a decline on Chinese food restaurants. Like they were losing business for like up to 60%. I'm like, holy hell, dude. I mean, I'm like, in a way, I'm like, come on. I mean, can people be that naive that if they go to Chinese food, they're gonna like? I saw this guy that I was talking to where we were working at, and he was like, "Yeah, man, I love Chinese food, but I ain't messing with it till this goes away." And I'm like, why? And then he was like, well, because it's Chinese food, man. It's from China. I'm like, no, the freaking noodles that you get at Panda Express, they're frozen in fucking Mississippi. So you're not gonna get coronavirus.
You're fine.
And then he's like, oh, really, dude? I'm like, nah, but I still don't trust it. I'm like, oh, whatever. You can think whatever you want to.
Suck a dick, whatever.
That fucking chow mein, though.
That chow mein is fucking legit.
Looks delicious.
Kung Pao. Oh.
Kung Pao chicken.
Kung Pao. The peanuts. Do you ever get like you know how they have the little peppers in there cooked?
Yeah.
You don't even notice it. And
then you feel the kick?
Yeah.
Like,
holy shit.
Yeah. The one that I miss is the firecracker, but they only have it on the Chinese New Year.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Sucks.
That's the fucking delicious though.
I like their chow mein because if you go to other Chinese places,
Yeah.
you can't get chow mein. You have to get lo mein.
Yeah.
It's a thicker, mushier noodle.
Yeah.
I don't know. So I like it.
It's like kudos to Panda Express and Kung Fu Panda.
We'll sponsorship anytime.
Both of y'all are amazing.
You guys want to send us some samples? That's okay. Cool. We're bring it on.
Sample.
Like, subscribe, and share, and hit the notification button, guys.
But I'm glad we were able to make it back though. Like that trip to Miami was pretty fun, but it was
Yeah. I wanted to talk about that.
was kind of weird on a lighter note because see
Yeah, we gotta change it. Let's make it a little brighter.
see we've only been to we've been to the beach twice recently, and we've had a kind of a bad luck. So not this past time that I went to Mexico, but the last time, the one before that time, I wanted to do something other than just hang out in my hometown. So my mom had never gone to the beach, and the beach is only like 3 hours away from our hometown. So I was like, you know what, let's go to the beach. So I told my mom, I'm like, pack a few things on Friday. We'll head out Friday morning and come back on Tuesday. And she said, okay, cool, let's do it. So we drive all the way down there. We fucking get there, and then the next day they have a hurricane warning.
Oh shit!
And the weather's like freaking crazy. Like there's a lot of freaking rain. The waves are like 5 foot high, and it's just crazy. I'm like, fuck me, man. Like I
Your
tried
first day down in Miami.
Yeah, no. That was in that was called in Manzanillo in Mexico. And I was like, come on, man. I was trying to have a good time with my mom and, show her the beach and have a sunny day and some cute pictures and shit. And we have this so fucked up weather. And it was like that for the whole time that we were there. Okay. So we came back. And now this time in Miami, we flew down there and it said that it was going to be sunny. So we were like, hell yeah, it's going to be sunny for the days that we're going to be down there. So it's going to be awesome. Mm. And the next day, I look at the fucking weather, and it's going to rain every single fucking day on the week. And I'm like, what the fuck? So it was cloudy, and it was windy. And my wife was just getting better from a cold. So I was like, yeah, let's just not go to the beach today. Let's just, wait till tomorrow. So we did. We went ahead, and we went to a few places to try out.
Yeah.
And I was before the trip. I was watching some videos and reading some reviews of some places because I've never been. So, and I wanted to see things that might be interesting to try. And we went to this place called Kush.
Kush
in Miami.
Sounds sexy,
right? And so it was really popular because they have gator bites.
Oh shit! We were just talking about that.
So it's like chicken bites, but it's
remember we were talking about that
Yeah.
with chili. I said the dude I work with, he put in gator and chili.
Yeah.
Like, ew, I don't think I'd ever eat that.
Right. So
I saw you post that shit. I was like, motherfucking liar.
Yeah. So I was like, gator bites. I'm like, okay, fuck it.
Gotta do it.
Let's try it.
One in
Yeah.
a row.
And it was funny because my wife doesn't like any type of seafood except for shrimp. So sushi and stuff like that, she can't handle it. And I'm like,
gators from the swamps, though.
yeah. And I'm like,
It's not seafood.
I'm like, babe, are you gonna try the gator? And then she's like, kind of iffy about it. And I tried it. I'm like, it's just like chicken. Like, I mean, that's the best, the closest way I can describe it. Yeah, it's a little bit chewy, but it's kind of like chicken.
Yeah.
And she's like, fine, I'll try it. And I'm like, I'm gonna take a picture of you trying it. And then she's like, no, don't do that. So I'm like, why? It's like, no, I don't want it. I don't want people saying that I'm eating gator. I'm like, what's the fucking problem? I mean, what's it gonna be like? Ew, you're eating gator? Like, fuck them. And I took a picture of her without her watching. But yeah, she liked it. She said it was all right. It wasn't anything like too crazy or yucky.
Was it breaded?
Yeah, it was breaded. And it came with this special sauce. I can't remember the call of it, but it was good. It was the effing bomb.
Dude, I'm tired of all the fucking people talking about special sauces. Just tell me what the fuck is in it. I'm tired of special sauces.
I'll look it up and let you know.
I'm just saying in general, because like I watched this one motherfucker, I talked about him all the time, it was Brody Moss, he's in Australia.
Uh-huh.
He catches fish and he'll grill it up and shit like that, and he's like, oh, I got a little bit of the special sauce, and he's like, it's a big deal. It's this white bottle, and then it's got a red top on it, but there's no label on it. Like, he peels the label off. It must be some Australian thing. Like,
right.
you get it in Australia or something, and he wants to keep it secret.
Right.
He's even made like shirts, like the Youngblood special sauce shirts and shit like that. So it's like, motherfucker, either sell it to us, put the goddamn label on it or whatever.
Right. How much cut your balls?
Or tell us what the fuck it is. Because I'm
Right.
really pissed off. Because he's always saying how good it is. So
Yeah.
I hate that shit.
And so yeah, we tried that, and then
Sorry for my rant.
I heard of another place. It's called Ceviche, and it's basically like a Peruvian / Japanese restaurant. And I'm like, okay, that's cool. And some funny shit happened because we went to the restaurant, right? And the dish that they said that it was really good. It's called chiradito, and it's basically it's fish. But what happened was, like I said, my wife doesn't like sushi or anything like that, but she got fucked because there was nothing but seafood on there, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, the name ceviche kind of tells you everything. And I'm like, okay, well, you can get sushi rolls with steak and stuff like that instead of fish, so, it won't be as bad for you. And she's like, yeah, let's do that. So we order, right? And like 10 minutes in, she gets her plate, and it looks fucking delicious, dude. It's like sushi perfection.
Nice.
And I try one, and it's like off the bomb. And
Off the bomb.
Off the bomb. Yeah, that's how good it was.
Wow. Mixing things together. That's so great.
Off the bong.
Hot off the bong.
Well,
It's hot off the presses, motherfucker.
and then like 3 minutes later, they bring this plate, and it literally looks like a plate with like sauce on top of it. And I'm just, chilling and waiting. And then 5 minutes go by, and then my wife was like, "Are you sure that's not your plate?" I'm like, "No, that can't be my plate. Like, there's nothing on that plate. Just sauce." And then I'm like, "Wait a minute, I think I see something." And I was like poking it with the chopsticks, and there was like little bitty pieces of fish, like so thin. And that was my plate. And it was only like 4 slices. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I'm not going to get full for shit.
No.
And again, the sauce was fucking amazing, but I could barely taste the thing because it was just 4 little bitty slices.
Right.
So I was like, what the hell? Like, I mean, it was really good, but it was a bummer because, it doesn't even fill you up or anything. And the guy gave me the weirdest look because, after I ate my shit, I saw on the menu that they had fresh fries and stuff. They kind of look like potato wedges. And they're like, "Hey, you guys want any dessert?" And of course, I was hungry as fuck because that didn't help me at all.
I had a Tootsie Roll.
Right. So I'm like, yeah, of course we want fucking dessert. So we get Oreo cheesecake. And then I'm like, give me some Oreo cheesecake and some fries. And the guy's like, okay, we can do that. I'm like, yeah, I know it's weird, an appetizer with dessert, but you just gave me the fries.
Fucking hungry.
I'm fucking hungry. And we got the fries freshly made. Fucking best fries I've ever had.
Really?
It was great. And then but that was funny as hell though, because I never thought that was going to be my dish. It turned out that it was. So I'm like, oh, now I know that, it's fucking 4 slices of fish and that's all you get. and
You know what kind of fish it was? It was like salmon or something? Or
salmon, yeah. And so that happened. And at the other place in Kush, they had a key lime pie that was, off the charts. And for me, it was all right. I mean, it wasn't like, holy shit, it's like the best I've ever had. But it was good, but it wasn't like that good to me, at least.
Yeah.
And we also went to it's called Aventura Mall, I think that's what it's called, in Miami also. And they on the upper floor, they have like a little Tesla dealership where they have like the brand new Teslas, and you can even like get in them and, take pictures, video, whatever. And dude, those Teslas are fucking amazing.
Did you set one?
Yeah. And you can
Pretty
actually,
sweet.
you know how they have like the big ass LCDs?
Yeah.
And
They're huge.
you can actually play Mario Kart on that thing. And you
While
can,
you're charging.
and you can control
With
it.
the steering.
Yeah, with the steering wheel.
That's
It was fucking
That's
amazing.
awesome, man.
And then it was funny because I was like, I'm never gonna get you out of this car if we were to get one because you would just play Mario Kart while I'm grocery shopping or something.
Hell yeah, man.
That's the shit.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
I've always said that. Like, because I bet 98% of men, when they go, shopping with their wives, like to the mall or whatever, they're just like, after 20 minutes, you're like bored. You're like, I want to get the hell out of here. So they should put like some kind of like games or arcades or something that you can mess with while you're waiting on them.
Seriously.
Because 95% of women, when they're looking for something like, oh, I want a shirt, they go like one by one on the freaking aisles looking for that perfect shirt, and it just takes forever.
But then they see other shit they want.
Right, and then they go back, and then
they pull, let's try this one.
And then they try to decide,
like fucking pieces.
Right, and then they try to decide which one is better, which one would look better, which one matches the most. It's just crazy, dude.
God, there's
Like whenever I need a shirt, I go to my area, and I'm like, oh, this is a badass shirt. Grab 2 or 3 of them, and I'm off the door.
Yeah.
So I mean, and that's why I'm like, and then
I rarely have to try it on pants. That's the only thing I really have to try.
Yeah, because they can be tricky.
Very.
But
other
than that, I just grab the shirt, and if I see that it's a little bit too short, then I just grab a size bigger if I can find it, and I go with it. And that's the thing. Like, and then my wife was like, "It looks like you get so bored so easily with me," and I'm like, "It's not that I get bored with you, being with you. It's just that or it's not that I don't appreciate hanging out with you. It's just I'm not used to." Spending 3 hours at the same place.
I fucking hate it.
Looking for shirts. I mean, Jesus. Are you making a party now?
Interesting.
You making a fiesta?
It's a network error.
Network error.
There is music playing.
And
funny how it works.
And I was like, and then I saw this Tesla, I think it was the Model X, and it's
that's this. It's what you're telling me, right?
Yeah, and it's a 7-passenger one.
Yeah, they got the Falcon wings.
Yeah, it looks really freaking nice.
Kick ass.
I searched it, $80,000. I was like,
I'd be fine with the Model 3 or whatever.
Yeah, I was like, someday.
I saw a funny fucking meme when we had those big snowstorms, like a couple months, like back in December, and you know how like the front of the Model 3 it has that weird little scoop, in the front, and the meme was like, apparently they're using Teslas to shovel roads now. And you see this Tesla just going down the road, just pushing all this snow, just pushing all the snow out of the way. It's awesome. I'm like, oh shit, that's a good idea. That's a good idea, man.
The funny thing is that I saw a tweet from Elon Musk that says that they're recruiting people that for their IT department AI department, and he said that you don't have to have a college degree, you don't even have to have a high school diploma.
What?
You just have to pass a coding test that they do.
You just need to be fucking smart.
Yeah, so you just have to pass a really fucking hard coding test. But if you do, you're in. And like apparently they're coming up with that department, that team, so they can make the remote control or the driving, that driving mode more safe and
yeah, the autopilot.
Yeah, the autopilot more safe and more accurate. So I was like, holy shit! Like they're getting into some serious stuff.
Well, I'm wondering about like that summon. Like, have you ever seen that summon done? Where you can take your phone and you can like hit the summon to you.
Oh yeah,
and it will fucking drive on its own to you wherever you are.
Yeah,
that's fucking cool, man. They probably need to make that a little bit better though, because I bet they're like only do this if it's like in an empty parking lot or something. Because
if it's like right behind you or stuff.
What if you're like you see this fucker pull out and there's somebody walking by with like groceries and shit and get tagged by your fucking car?
See, the only thing that I don't trust and that I don't feel comfortable with is that they do all that through sensors, through motion sensors and all this other stuff. And if 1 or 2 sensors go bad, it can fuck up everything else. So like you said, if you were like, oh, I don't want to walk all the way down the parking lot, and you're like, I'll let the car come to me, and then if one of the sensors is bad, that motherfucker will be crashing on everything. So not the greatest idea. So that would be the only downfall to it, that would always be on the back of my head. Like, what if one day it fails and it's like a fucking catastrophe, Like, I wouldn't be able to handle that shit. Or like, I'm like, oh, I'm kind of tired. Like, I'm going to put the autopilot, and next thing you know, I'm going off a cliff. That's just not ideal for me. But I mean, I do appreciate it, and I'm amazed that, that they're going, to those lengths that we're actually having that technology available right now.
I'm good with like. Jeez, man.
You're good with who?
I'm good with like the autopilot on,
Mhm.
but me still having control of it.
Right.
So that way, if I do start getting like a little like, sleepy, it's just like, hey, I want to help you here
Right.
from killing everybody.
Wake up, motherfucker.
You know what I'm saying? I think that's the way to go. That's the way to like keep it safe.
Yeah, because I mean, you are gonna have that because you know as soon as it becomes kind of like a better and safer technology, you're gonna have more people that are gonna be really lenient to using it and actually like depending on it. Like for example, turning it on and trying to take a nap while you know the car's still going and stuff like that, and that's definitely not safe.
No.
I mean, you don't want to do that, especially you know if you're going on a fucking highway on a long trip or anything.
Yeah, you're going like 80. You're cruising at 80 and you're sleeping.
Yeah, that's definitely not safe.
But people do it. I think
I
people
know.
do it.
I know. I've actually seen videos of people that, like I said, of people going off cliffs because you know the fucking autopilot messed up and they were taking a nap, and next thing they know, they're floating in the air and then they're just tumbling inside a car, and it's crazy.
It's bad.
Like I said, I wouldn't depend on it too much. I mean, you know the safety ones that they have for like you know blind spots and you know the car that feels like you're getting too close to the car and brakes for you and stuff like that. I mean, yeah, those are very handy and I mean those are really good. But autopilot on a car and actually like trusting it to where you fall asleep,